Hey there, Blackshadow here, and just before we get into the session proper, I just wanted to mention that due to some time constraints and the fact that, real life likes to throw issues and we couldn't play every week, so between the previous session and this one, that you'll be seeing recording soon enough, um, we decided to do a little bit of the prep for the siege, because, well, that's the thing that's happening and was mentioned a few times. There's a large enemy force coming to the City of Hope, and party player characters were preparing for the siege, and we did part of that preparation kind of during, not really RP, but like text, like planning on Discord and whatnot. Some of it might become apparent during the session itself, but if some things are jarring or they're like weird cuts or switches, then that's the reason. Like everyone, I hope so, like I believe so, everyone is on the same page of what they are like preparing. I will do my best as a DM to keep track of everything and remember the good things they have been doing, and well, hopefully it will lay out well. So yeah, let's get into the session proper, shall we? So let us begin with things. Hopefully I didn't get too rusty considering the breaks that we had. I will try to keep in memory everything that was written down on Discord in terms of preparation. I might be forgetting some details, so of course feel free to scream at me and make me remember.
Mm-hmm.
As well, you have 3 heads instead of me only one. Three brains, I suppose I should say. Alright, so beginning with some bookkeeping stuff, well, bookkeeping, not bookkeeping. Church, aka Dolan, if you check
Hi.
your two things, if you go to handouts,
Mhm.
if you check the handout for your artifact, it's been updated. Some of the information that I should have put there
Nice.
beforehand, but also with the solutions that your character came up with. I thought about it and I was like, is there a way for me to figure out like more potential options? And then I was like, no, I cannot figure out fucking anything else. And I decided, you know what, for this, it's like it's like taking half measures ain't gonna cut it. It's matter of committing one way or another.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
That's how I determined it pretty much. Obviously, you do not have to make that choice right this second. Um, but considering the information you also get from Legend Lore, which this time I've decided to put into written format as the 10th handout, which considering I asked you like sometime earlier that you would share the information, so I already made the handout publicly visible to the entire party. Let me this the legend lore about the Night Lords of Lies and Decay.
Dolan's legend lore.
Mm. Hmm. Questions do we want to ask, gang? Should probably ask about like their weaknesses, right?
Ooh. Hoomst?
Lord and Decay.
Wow.
Sort of rot.
That might be a good choice. I mean, you already know like one of their like core abilities.
Yeah.
The Aura and Hive. Those so that one you have for free, pretty much.
Callie, this is your legend lore.
Yeah, I know.
Plus, I'm
Um.
famous for not having good questions. I guess, what do we want to learn?
I'd say my first question would be, do the Lord of Flies and Lord of Decay have any weaknesses?
Alright.
And if so, what are they?
Alright, let me tell you because they do. Alright, starting with the Lord of Flies, Beelzebub. Weaknesses. Actually, so I say that and I opened the character, the sheet for the enemy, and I was like, yeah, he has no damage vulnerabilities.
Nice.
At least existing for now. Like, you know, it's
Yeah.
always possible to add one through a clash. As for the Lord of Decay, also none.
Shit.
Damage vulnerabilities.
I was hoping for the thematic of like flies cannot withstand the cold, so I was like maybe cold? But no, we said. What do we want to ask for our last question?
Do they have
Gamers.
loved ones that we can hold against them?
They're Night Lords. They wouldn't
And?
care. They probably
And?
already killed them.
Can we resurrect them?
If anything, those two themselves would be lovers because they're working together. Okay? In which case, we can't use one against the other.
I'm not gonna continue that train of thought.
I had 4 different horrible things to say that I did not say.
Technically, banishment would work on both of these guys because one's a fiend and one's an undead. But you know, good luck getting that off. Probably run out of spell slots before I could banish one of them.
So, from what I'm reading, this shit is not going away until we kill them, right?
Yeah.
Where are they?
On their way.
On their way.
On their way here.
But they're coming here,
Yes.
or
So-
just the plague.
No, they're coming here with all their shit. That is a question I want to ask, actually.
Yes.
So, like, the vermin are probably from Lord of Flies, but I want to know, like, specifically what minions each of them have under their control. I think that would be good.
One is undead, one is fiends, is it not?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything, because one of them controls rats and shit. So, I want specifics. Do they have any, like, powerful minions under their control, and if so, what are they?
Powerful minions. Okay, I'm gonna answer in a way that what will be used for the siege itself. That might be may or may not be relevant, considering the amount of prep you have done, especially me finding out that fucking high level cleric is anti-siege machine.
Yeah, they just control weather, yeah.
So primarily what will be in the actual combat, because flavor-wise, like in the background, it's like both of these guys is like swarms all the way. Like some, you know, the basic kinds, the flies, rats, vermin, critters, the usual kinds that normally for your characters they don't really matter that much. But is the specific sort of swarm that is something that can cause some issues, especially in bigger numbers, is the Hyperobo swarm, which is a swarm of tiny fiends.
Hmm.
Can I show token?
I see. Little guys.
Like fucking mutated flies from hell.
What happens to flies when they don't die with the raid? The fucking raid spray.
Yeah, but I like answering as a dungeon master, like apart from the Night Lords, they are not coming with any like high level lieutenant super powerful minion. Like that swarm, that the token I'm showing, it is like in terms of like mooks, it's pretty high up there in terms of like challenge rating when I looked up at 5 Vitals. So that's their like probably the top tier swarm they have available. And on the other hand, there are also plague spreaders, which are zombos, but they are really like they are basically plague carriers, as they.
I am the plague. Cough, cough, right into your face.
Yeah, just like spawns of Cayuse in base D&D. Worm-infested zombies that throw up worms on people. Or the worm god.
Ooh,
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah, they're
the
horrible.
worm god.
Yeah. He's literally a god made out of worms.
Yeah,
Love
worm
it.
that walks.
You should not.
Yeah, the
pull
worm that walks. That's the one. Cayuse.
towards my-
Oh, that's gross.
And most likely through the legend lore and with that question, you would have seen that the particularly nasty trick that Lord of Decay can do is that he can channel some of his own power into one of these plague spreaders to turn them into a biobomb.
Oh.
And basically like supercharge the virulent Mazba ability so that it's harder to resist and deals more damage, and basically like kabooms
So we're pretty much we're in a
zombie.
Skaven siege. We are in a Skaven siege, just straight up.
Thank God I made those tiny huts. Holy shit.
Considering the description I was gonna give as the host of Pestilence approaches, then yeah. And also probably this is what Dolan would have seen in like the vision. Like basically imagine every square inch, every square feet of ground is moving when the host begins to march. Like we
Like
are
a
talking
blanket.
about, like we are talking about that many creatures, which individually every one of those creatures is like fucking nothing. But like you see
And in
these
these
size,
insane numbers,
the
yeah.
scope is like is something else.
Literally like a fucking kill it with fire scenario.
Thank
I
God
need
I
the
got those
purifiers from
cannons.
XCOM to come in here with flamethrowers.
Well, funny you say that.
What'd you do? Make a giant flamethrower the size of a city?
She does have a flamethrower.
No, but I do have 2 flamethrowers.
No, but that says extraordinarily happily. I have 2 flamethrowers.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, those are the questions that I can think of. Just what are they so we can kill them, and how long they're gonna take for them to get here.
We know that already, I'm pretty sure.
We are very aware of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were.
I'm sure we know.
Yeah, the benefit of that large enemy force moving towards you is that it's not that hard to maybe not keep track of it because, well, your allies do not want to risk it too much, but there are ways to like get a idea how far they are.
Okay.
So basically, as I also wrote in Discord, is that bit of preparation you wrote down for planning that is happening like during the 5 days of uninterrupted downtime.
Got it. Okay.
Before-
I misunderstood then.
Before the new plague hits as a part of the Vanguard
Okay.
attack.
How many questions do we have then left?
None, I believe you asked both
Okay.
Yeah.
for each, because yeah, each got like, do they have any vulnerabilities? And the second one, what sort of like minions they have, like what forces they command.
Okie dokie.
And Siderin, because unless you want to change that plan, but you also mentioned that Dolan gives information to Siderin. He like sighs, pinches the bridge of his nose, like thinks for just a moment, like grits his teeth and says, "If I don't see her beforehand, let Winona know that her and her convent need to put all the focus on the anti-plague measures."
Forecast message so that in character Winona knows.
And
I think, considering all this, would I have time to make the artifact one of these options before they get here,
yes,
or no? Okay.
and probably
If-
like that was my intent, that you may wanna see the legend lore bit before making the decision about the artifact.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, we're gonna do the super vaccine. If Sidorin will allow me to. Obviously. He might be like, I don't want to deal with the other city's anger. So.
Okay, so you give him the deeds, and he looks like he's biting into a lemon, and then he says, "Imperfect plan executed today is better than perfect plan executed tomorrow." I think that's one of the lessons Elder wrote to me in the book. If you think, no, this is stupid. There are no best courses of action, but short term, this is what we'll need.
He nods.
And I think I'd rather have me and my people survive this enemy and this problem so that we can worry about a future problem someday, assuming it will ever comes to pass.
Yes. Then he'll go through and get that ready. Do that. Work with Kivis.
Jeeves.
Chivis, yes.
Kivis.
She And I think Dolan does his best to explain what he wants
Yeah.
and what is the purpose of the artifact and how how he can work together with her to expand the benefit of the artifact to the entire city. And she of course accepts it and gives you a small nod of thanks for entrusting her with the prized family heirloom.
He looks like he's in pain as he hands it over. He says, yes, be very careful, please, with it.
I will ensure that the protection will be spread through every denizen of Hope.
You know, thank you.
Yes, by then, because at some points she also needs your assistance, basically Dolan will see that the entire artifact just doesn't not explode, but is disassembled into primary matter, like pretty much broken down into
Like
the most
pure mana.
Yeah, pure mana, as it's like spread throughout the vines, the roots that cover the entire city by now. And you didn't think it was possible, but the plants, the entire flora of the city seems even more vibrant and green than before.
Hell yeah.
Slowly but
Nice.
surely, life returns to the plains.
Dolan in his mind is thinking, like, I know so many druids that would be proud of me, but also be pissed at me.
Why would they be mad?
Like, I know so many high elves that would kill me for this.
What did you do? What did I miss? I stepped away for a water bottle.
I just combined essentially a priceless artifact with Chivas.
Chivas.
So she
Chivas
has
the tree?
more power now. Yeah. A legendary artifact that is
What-
irreplaceable, and I just gave it
You
to
mean
her.
the artifact that we've been hiding in the city?
That I've been hiding, yes.
You involved Winona. It became a we.
You are not Winona,
Well, I'm not. But we is still applicable.
I guess. Royal we.
Yes. So
But
what
yes,
does
I
Chivas-
combined it.
what
It
does
gives
Chivas-
everyone in the city resistance to poison damage, and gives them immunity or resistance to disease.
So
very
for me,
good.
who already has resistance, who already has advantage on
Disease. Disease.
poison, I
The,
gain
the,
disease.
the people of disease that are coming to the city, yeah. You know, the disease guys? Yeah.
Yes. I was actually curious how we were gonna handle that, because I was thinking like, oh no, it doesn't matter how well we train these soldiers or people.
They're just gonna die
get-
from like typhoid or something.
Exactly.
They're gonna get like
They're gonna get
leukemia.
dysentery.
They're
They're gonna
literally
Gonna die horribly.
they're
Like
literally
the
gonna get
Oregon
Oregon
Trail.
trailed.
Yeah,
They're gonna get, like,
fit on the same
The
thing.
fucking what's it called? Dysentery.
Yeah.
They're
the
gonna
Black
be swinging
Plague,
their
it's just gonna
sword while
die.
they're also just absolutely emptying their bowels.
Okay,
You
okay,
fight
enough.
Something that you can't see.
We need to get to the siege. We need to get to the siege.
Oh, I just got logged out of Forge. Hello?
We were talking
Hi?
about diseases too long, and your computer got a virus.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
My computer was
hello,
just like, I'm logging you out of the game now. You're no longer allowed to play, actually.
Well, Contagion doesn't have dysentery, but they have a few interesting sicknesses.
They have like a bleeding
Cancer.
eye curse and some shit. It's like horrible.
Woe be upon ye.
Yeah,
pink
blinding
eye.
curse, the blinding plague that just like eats your eyeballs. Can you guys tell me when I get logged out of the server? Because I can't log back in until I'm logged out, like until I get kicked.
You're still in.
Do you want
the
me to
server.
kick you?
Yes, please kick me.
Okay. So the issue that Cap had beforehand now turned to you.
Yeah. I'm its new victim.
It spreads like a virus.
Contagion! Contagion!
Yeah. Let me see what contagion spells. Yeah, blinding sickness. And then yeah, flesh rot, mind fire, seizures, just causes epilepsy just like for fun. Cast epilepsy on someone. It's horrible.
I forgot to ask you something.
Command power word epilepsy.
Imagine 10th
Shadow,
level.
Yes.
10th
I
level.
forgot to ask something.
Yes.
Yes.
So I sunder my armor and stuff. I can replace it, right? I can just buy a new one.
Yes. I mean, depending what was your level of the armor, because it was magical.
Plus
so I
one.
don't- Yeah, so it was magical, so I don't think it was like completely destroyed.
No, it was
So
not.
when you hit like max sunder on magical.
Wait, no, it
armor,
was
that's-
completely destroyed. It was completely destroyed. Because we had to think about my AC because it changed, remember? Because I'm in natural armor. I did just absolutely got my armor destroyed.
Isn't part of the rules of sundering when you get to a point of the armor degradation that it does revert to natural temporarily while you can
It
still
was
sunder?
broken, meaning that it didn't give you AC bonus, but it is still possible to fix it.
Okay, can I fix it then?
Yeah, there was enough downtime that
Okay.
you could have gotten it to Veil.
Speaking of, you'll
Okay.
see Ibram there.
Sup, dude?
As Vale's working
actually
away, and
helping
sees a
inside.
giant shadow overtake him as he looks up and sees Ibram.
Ibram, yeah, Ibram literally goes, "I'm here to repay you for all the help. What do you need?"
No, nothing. Go away.
Materials? Says Vale.
You have a place where you need the materials from. I can grab as much as you want.
As much metal as you can get. We need to make
Ibram-
armor for people.
Ibram disappears at the same pace as the shadow that loomed over him and just starts gathering
Just-
all the metal he can
just-
get.
Just imagine
Even out
you
of
like
existence.
running to the Warforged factory and just picking up a part of the building and like bringing it.
I probably would actually,
Just picking up Colossus pieces.
because I technically have what is it, lifting strength equal to one size larger than myself, so I totally
Yeah, so
could.
ginormous. Yeah, you have a ginormous lifting ability. So you can just pick up Colossus things, and then I'll just use the steel to make armor for guards.
Just out in front of Vale's thing is just a brand new, very worn down building. I got the metal.
Perfect, thanks. Finally fill all these orders. Perfect. Have I been kicked yet? It doesn't have me in the
You've
drop
been
down.
kicked.
Yeah,
You've been kicked. You need to
I-
refresh
I
your drop
did.
down.
You
I've been
Reload?
refreshing
Question
a few
mark?
times. I'll fully log out and then relaunch it.
we love technical stuff in this house.
I don't. I think it's dumb.
Well-
Yeah, it was meant to be sarcastic.
You're the one who
Oh.
wants to be a machine, Callie.
Yeah, and
I can't wait till you get that wish and then you have an actual glitch.
it still don't let me join. I'm gonna cry. You know what? For this session, I'm derp. Actually, I'm getting in there.
You could use Winona.
Well, he said he's gonna be here later. Like he'd be here for part of it. Like the end. So. Hello, it's your new cleric.
Actually, with fuck my brain. With Ibrahim doing that bit about getting resources for Veil for all the orders and whatnot, that ties in into your plan for training the soldiers,
Does it really?
especially Dugan and Rolf, because
That's awesome.
if you want to hunt down some bigger creatures, obviously you're not gonna find them close by City of Hope.
So the Warforged city is the place to be.
Scrapyard, not a city, but
Yeah, well, scrapyard, Warforged scrapyard.
yeah. So you basically put them through the paces there, plus most likely you also swing by one of those days during downtime to find that patch of fertile ground you found that has all the herbs, to get basically do the MMO craft mats gathering run.
Hell yeah.
And then and drop it all back City of Hope, so that your contingent of alchemists or the Iron Sparks contingent of alchemists can work their magic and bring in more supplies
All I've done is short up resources for the city.
for the stack. I mean,
It's good stuff.
yeah, considering what's going to happen, then yeah, more resources is always good. But yeah, considering those resources will have to be spread around throughout the entire city and whatnot, the party as a whole can only add.
The party's getting health potions?
Like each player character in the party. Sorry, it's like I started doing this session and it's like my brain doesn't want to work.
It's because we
I
brought
feel
up
that.
dysentery.
I'm always forgetting which one is which. Okay, 2 potions of superior healing.
I'm back.
We just got 2 potions of superior healing.
Oh hell yeah.
And yeah, more are being crafted, but you do not get to hog all the resources. They need to be spread throughout entire City of Hope, because every little bit can help.
Anyways, go throw those into my potion bag real fast so I can keep everything organized.
Yeah, I don't have an idea for a specific dialogue, but obviously from time to time during your treks, Rolf and Dugan kind of trade banter. Maybe not really war stories, but some like pointers, some memorable incidents or fights they were in, which is, comparing to your own efforts, Ibrahim, it's kind of like obviously
Children.
it matters. It obviously matters to them, but you operate it on a kind of different scale.
I don't deny that, but I'm also not going to sit here and be like crap on them either. So I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, no, that was a really hard fight. It sounds like I'm really glad you guys did well there.
Yeah, which generally leads into a point when they wonder, like, Dugan doesn't really have memory of that. Rolf is also not that old, but from the stories, like the war of Dusk sounded like really bad, but what's coming? It's not gonna be worse than this.
Funny.
Ibram will just nervously chuckle and say, "Yep, you believe that all you want. I won't prop that bubble."
Yeah, you can give me a both history check and just general wisdom ability check.
Well, my history is a -1. And my wisdom.
You know, the wisdom will do with advantage. Roll one more time.
Did not matter.
Okay. So if one, it makes sense. You were a gladiator, so yeah, learning about that stuff, it wasn't really interesting to you. With a 14, deep in your gut, this tells you that it's gonna be bad.
Sorry, either my headphones cut out or you cut out. What did you say?
Deep in your gut, like that 14, your instinct tells you that no, it's gonna be bad.
I don't want to pop your bubbles, Dugan and Rolf. But my battle experience tells me that what we're about to face cannot be compared to the war. Speaking from experience.
Oh no, that's But we're gonna be fine, right? Well, we have you and your what? Oh yes, Dolan and your other companions. You are all like traveling this wretched world, and like you are strong. You can give us the edge.
Oh, sure. We will have the edge, but... You know what? You're right. We will come out just fine. I can't guarantee no casualties, but they will suffer more losses than we will. You have my word. And he does like the hero pose from anime, completely knowing what he just said is a complete and utter lie. He's not sure how this battle will go.
He's absolutely not sure how he will go.
We'll be fine.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask you to roll deception because they want to believe you.
They want to believe you. They want
True.
to. Honestly, so fair.
Don't worry about that.
Were you intending to post that in front of us?
Yes, but don't worry about that.
Hmm.
It happens. Grinch. He failed the saving throw. Laugh at him.
He. Where's we need like the repo laughing text to speech.
Never seen anything about the game, so I have no idea.
The text to speech is hilarious.
And Sasa, you are pretty much managing and running wild with crafting with the basically I imagine Sasa as this like arms dealer, like the representative of the military industry complex.
Yes.
Pretty much running between City of Hope and Iron Spark and managing, overseeing, and participating in creation of weapons of mass destruction. I mean, no, just weapons.
No, of mass destruction. How dare you downplay my work? I take pride in what I blow up. I've just become the Stark family from Marvel.
Yes, as we are trying to pretty much put entire workforce that's working with you and under you through an impressive amount of crunch and try to get as many cannons as possible, and let's see if that will actually be possible. Because yeah, just to explain to you, because I realized I didn't mention it before, are what I explained to Monk, and that's why Winona was doing the Hollow thing. There are like 3 gates slash entrances to the city from the walls, you know, east, south, to west. North is like sea level.
The port-ish.
Yeah, port-ish, exactly. So obviously some of the swarms can fly, but most of the foes, you know, will be going on the ground. So yeah, the bare minimum, like in terms of like kinetic cannons for like maximum coverage, you would like to have 3, but 2 might be a solid result as well. So let's see overall how well you will do.
All right.
So I think in terms of roles beforehand, we already like pretty much said the death theory well in terms of like arcana knowledge, how you need to set it up, and it's a matter of properly crafting it so you avoid to see that you avoid a fuck up. You can give me the role I'm fucking forgetting, but it's like part of the like what you usually roll for crafting with your like tinker's tools.
Tinker's tools, I suppose. But I don't get. Where's my Tinker's tools? 28.
All right. Yeah. With that, yeah, you are able to put the entire workforce through the paces and basically shine with example as the primo leader, and the first among the collective workers. Shows the dwarves how it's done. And while timeline wise it is a bit of a rush job, but it's not makeshift, it's like a solid sturdy crafting, and you get those 3 kinetic cannons for each of the gates.
Yes. Big ass cannon.
And yeah, I'm gonna, for the added benefit, I'm gonna say that they also put in a transportation mechanism, and by that I mean they have like wheels and they can be
Moved
tracked,
around.
yeah, moved around with. I'm not gonna say relative ease, because those are some heavy ass pieces of machinery, but they have mobility. So like obviously because of the how fucking D&D combat works and those 6-second rounds, when actual like when we get into like actual like turn-based combat, it's not gonna matter. But in terms of like strategic warfare fighting during a siege, then yeah, it is absolutely possible to move them around and concentrate firepower if need be.
Wonderful.
And just as a side note, I'm not gonna make you roll because it will not matter, as you can just have this like one possible moment just before the shit goes down to have a long rest. But pretty much all of this is like this like one super training montage. Not only training, but like fighting, gathering, crafting montage.
Preparation.
And like yes, not enough sleep. And that's not only from you, but pretty much as the days go by, your characters would notice that some other officials, crafters, workmen, work people, soldiers, they do exhibit some sort of signs of fatigue as they're like pushing themselves harder so that they can get more. They can do more stuff just before it gets bad.
People, Stas is no one to talk, but people should definitely rest. You'll get sick easier if you don't rest.
At some point during the downtime, which happens a little bit earlier than actual contingent, Sasa was present during the first session at that gate. Though not sure about Sasa, but definitely Dolan and Ibrahim. You can give me a wisdom saving throw. We're gonna add +5 to the final result.
Dolan.
21 gang.
God damn!
21
We've seen some
gang.
things. We've seen some things.
Yeah, so you both save. Okay, so the spell mentions that on a failure, just nothing happens. Dolan, you can give me an Arcana.
Ooh. 22.
Alright. 22.
Do I need to make an intelligence check?
Not yet. For you, I thought, and I hope you'll be fine if I'm gonna like railroad you a bit to set
That's
a
fine.
scene, so that
Let's do it.
Dolan and Ibrahim find themselves. It's probably around the time when Ibrahim returns with Rolf and Dugan from one of their like MMO crafting trips. Gathering materials, and Lastimosa comes out the headquarters looking around, scratching his head as he's a bit unsure, and probably for one reason or another Dolan is present nearby as well, and Stimosa calls out to you. Hey, I know we are on like high alert, strung up, preparing for the enemy, but have you recently got this like weird feeling that you are being observed.
That's not good.
And
Let me check.
yeah, Dolan with that Arcana before, you know that there is a spell that allows for a long range,
Yep.
like attempts at observation of
Trying.
of locations or specific creatures.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic so I can see the sensor and then Dispel Magic it.
Well, they're already observing us.
Yeah, but if I Dispel it, they won't be anymore.
But we could use it to our advantage.
There's no such thing.
Feed it poor information.
There's no such thing.
Right now I realize that I fucking described it. Actually, no, I'm gonna change it a little bit. Considering I described the fucking Prism King as freaking Lord of Feast, but like Magic Lord pretty much. I know by default the spell is like only like 10 minutes. I'm not gonna specify how long this scrying was going. I will say that much. And I'll say this, Dolan. Yeah, you cast Detect Magic. You notice the sensor, and again, I know normally it's not how it works, but here, fuck it, I'm adjusting it a bit. You see the sensor, and it's in the visage of a single crimson eye.
Get away from here, pervert.
I just found a really fun way for me to use my wish scroll that I have.
Oh, you decided to
but I'll
use
do that later.
You decided
No, I'll
to
do
use
that later.
Essence of impossibility to turn that into a wish scroll.
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's right. We have the essence of impossibility still.
Really fun idea.
Yeah, unless you already switched it to something specific.
I never did, and I don't remember what the rules were behind it.
Bruh, it's still written in the handout.
One consumable item of any kind, including spell scrolls.
It has to be consumable, no other limitation.
The problem for you is you yourself cannot read a scroll because you are not a wizard or a
You've heard of
spellcaster. You can use a potion, or you can get a scroll and I can read it for you. That's also possible. But yeah, it would fail. The spell would fail if you read it.
When you say consumable,
Yes.
that means that it just has to be like a one-time use, and then I can't feasibly
One-time
use
use,
it again.
exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Excuse me.
Give me one moment.
Also, funny thing, Church, that you are not the first party member that has access to Wish.
I know. Winona told me they have a ring of wishes. But obviously they've not used any. Because they're a stingy bastard.
Yeah, just waiting.
No, they're thinking long and hard about how to use them, I
They're
know.
waiting for the right moment.
I just really... The urge for me to be like, I wish for everything under the City of Hope to be under the non-detection spell permanently. You know what I mean? Just like, we are in the no surveillance.
To be fair, like, I would probably have to combine that with a clash mechanic, because I think by default, the Wish spell in 5th edition is not as powerful as it is in the other editions.
Yeah, it's usually a 10th level spell, but those don't exist in D&D 5e.
Yeah,
it can go up to 13th level in other D&Ds.
I think like here it's only like they can recreate the effect of an like 8th level spell. I don't think they can do the 9th. Or I'm misremembering.
No, it can recreate any other spell, or you can do it to be some other effect that you specify, such as healing everyone, giving them all their spell slots back, or doing a third thing that you yourself list, which was what this would be. But obviously, if I cast this, there is a high probability. Essentially, like the more difficult wish that you wish for, the higher probability that you will never ever be able to cast Wish, even from a scroll, ever again.
Ah,
It
so it's
completely
like a-
centers your magic from being able to cast it again.
Yes, spell completely gone from your
I'm
knowledge. Yes, Cap?
I've determined what, and you could say no, because this is kind of an evil thing for me to do, of what I would be wanting to use my singularity essentially for.
Is
That's
it
not a
a-
one-time use.
Is it a
It is.
consumable?
It is considered a consumable.
It
Uh,
regains its magic in a century, therefore not a consumable.
The 2024 updated version, I'm sorry, does lose its magic.
Disgusting.
Yep.
Disgusting.
I have a scroll of true polymorph.
Oh, so this
pretty
isn't
fun.
evil at all. So this
You could
isn't
get a
evil at
scroll
all.
of clone. You can make a clone of yourself if you wanted to. And you
Oh,
choose
no.
this? You don't want a second life?
Who, me?
What if you die? Yes.
You know what? You're right. Because considering what's going to be happening when I go to face down Hellstrom.
Literally, you would make your clone, and it would be in like a little bubble, and you give it to Chivis, and she would just hold it for you, and then you would be reborn into that body once it's fully grown.
I'm down with
you
that.
die.
That's very fitting flavor wise for Ibram.
Clone is
He's
cool.
aware of his one-on-one fight that he's going to be having at some point.
Yeah. So now
He
he
knows
can like
what he must do.
finally go like without any fear fighting Hellstrom.
I feel like yes, that is what I will do.
I will
that is
say
the answer.
it takes 3 months to fully mature before that clone can be like put into. You can go into it. So you have 3 months before you can fight Hellstrom without fear.
3 months.
3 months. Your days are
maybe
numbered,
Chivis-
Hellstrom.
Maybe Chivis can speed it up or something.
I don't know. Maybe
Anyways, we're gonna go with the clone bubble.
clone bubble. I'll cast
Okay.
clone for you.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was looking at this item and I was like, it's kind of skidding the line because, like, okay,
Yeah.
sure, like, century, it's not gonna be in the scope of the campaign.
No, I gave you the 2014 edition of it, but the 2024, like when it was back, like when I looked at this like a month ago, back before an update went out to the books, it was a consumed. They re-updated it to make it a regain after a century book, which is upsetting. So, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna do clone bubble. Change my mind. Ignore that I even thought about that.
Okay, that is fine. Clone bubble is fine.
Hmm. Also, I'm gonna give Ibram the oil of slipperiness that I have.
Why?
Ibram, if you take 10 minutes to apply this, you gain the freedom of movement spell and can't be paralyzed.
Are you just giving me one?
Yes, it is for fighting anything that you think would paralyze you.
AKA Hellstrom.
Yes, you take 10 minutes, you apply this oil, and for 8 hours following, you can't be paralyzed or have your movement reduced in any way.
Do you know what though? That's crazy because
It's pretty good.
it works very much for the gladiator theme of facing down Hellstrom too. Because
I mean, it also
gladiators
kind of
are
works for
Oh.
the Crimson King, who will probably try and hold monster you
What is he?
and just paralyze you because he's a magic guy.
Where are we facing the Crimson King?
Because the Crimson King is after Winona, we will eventually have to face them, my friend.
Ah, fair, but the oil of
Remember?
slipperiness is not particularly rare.
Anyway, I'm giving that to you. Add it to your list.
Added.
So I can take it off of my list.
I will not give like a full spoiler, but I'll just throw it out there that depending on how things will proceed, there is a possibility that Crimson King thing and his domain might be the backdrop and like the framework for like the climactic showdown of like this campaign.
Oh, hell yeah.
The
That's
climax.
nice.
Considering what happened, without revealing too many details, what he got, how the rest of the world might
React to it.
yes
I see.
react to it.
Interesting.
And don't worry, Sasa, you will not be blindsided by it because of some of the chapters given. Beckett might be reaching some thoughts and suspicions on his own soon enough. Because I think I did I tell you that as in character that Sasa figured out, like maybe not only Sasa but like party in general, that the way things are going, if enough time passes, like the nature abhors a vacuum and these night lords will basically become night gods.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so
We are on the known.
okie doke. Right,
a
let's
sec.
see. That thing done, that thing done. Yeah?
The urge for me to just cast a message to the Crimson King and be like, "Stop spying on us now, creep."
Do it. You
Fucking
bet you
weirdo.
won't. Bet you won't do it.
You're right, I won't, because it'll just make me a target.
What'd you say?
It'll just make me a target.
Do
He'll be
it.
like, he called me a creep.
Do it, and I'll buy you a pizza.
Shut up.
I will.
Never mind. I changed my scroll to a scroll of message. I'm gonna message the Crimson King. I want that pizza.
You got it. I'm buying you a pizza.
I want my pizza.
Either that, or I'll send you the equivalent of pizza cash.
What is even going on?
This is not new. Cap often will buy us pizzas for doing shit that's stupid.
This is completely not.
As someone that has very little money, it's great.
You just threw away your true polymorph for pizza money.
And I'll do it again.
And don't regret it.
No regrets.
I know it's a joke, but I'm not sure how not joke and not serious this is because they are committing to the bit.
Lily,
No,
are you
I'm
actually
not.
casting
I'm
message?
not.
Okay, that's
Oh.
good.
No. I can cast it without the scroll, bitch. I just don't. I haven't seen the orb, so I cannot do it.
You don't need to. You just know his name, and his name is the Crimson King. You know it. You can just cast a message to him.
Yeah, but I'm not on the scene.
I mean, I guess, yeah, that's true.
I just yelled really loudly, "Hey Winona, can you come check this out?"
No, I'm just gonna
Winona?
cast. I'm gonna cast
Not
message
Winona.
to Sasa, and probably he'd also ask Pastor and Winona. Like, have any of you felt like you've been being watched? We saw a scrying orb from the Crimson King, and he'll send that to both of them, like all
That's
three
the
of them.
information I would have given to Monk. Winona would have answered with no. Because during that one scene at the start, Winona was like hiding to the side when Sarif had this entire confrontation with you. So yeah, the Knights wouldn't have information to sell to Crimson King or to give to Crimson King as a second hand. So yeah, we don't have none. Fuck, I don't remember what was. It was Pastor visible and like at the forefront. Because I remember Dolan was, Ibrahim was, due to his fucking size. Visible. You know what? Let's see. Yeah, Pastor is Gucci. Actually, would he figure out that something might be going on? Pastor, does he have Arcana? No. No, he ain't got a fucking clue.
Got it. Oh,
But yeah, if you like, because obviously I would imagine that this like stoked the flames of paranoia, justified paranoia, because if it's not paranoia, if they are out there to get you, I would imagine that Dolan double checked Pastor, and yeah, there are no orbs, no
Creeps.
no sensors. That's the word I was looking for. That were hanging around him.
Alright.
Right.
Okay, what are we doing now? Oh, continue.
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing. I was just like, okay, what should we do now? As we're preparing.
Okay.
So if you have something, please go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the plague.
Alright.
Because obviously before the actual forces arrive, they try to soften you up.
Welcome.
Kind of looking at the thing. Hello, monk.
I'm up here. But I'll stay as long as I can.
Plague's about to hit.
Sorry, what was? Ah, that we are here.
He said he'd stay as long as he can.
Okay. So, of course, apart from the the prep done in the Discord to cast Hollow at the gates, that of course happened, and before the creatures, the host arrives. There's an act of attempted sabotage, as apparently the enemy attempts to weaken you from the inside, so to speak. And we are entering a skill challenge, which hopefully shouldn't be that hard. Oh yeah, as you're in the game, Dolan did spread information. Fuck, where is it? He basically gave the rundown of what he witnessed, learned through legend lore about the Night Lords of Flies and Decay. And he also found out and dispelled a scrying sensor that was following Lastimosa. Checking up with the rest of the party, Winona knows that, like, no, there are no, like, doing detect magic, there's nothing. So Winona was not scryed on.
That's good.
Right, I need to boost you up a little more.
Yeah, you're very quiet.
I'm using a different mic.
Hmm.
But it's a little quieter.
Right, that's alright. I just had to adjust the settings. Okay, so for the skill challenge, which should not be hard because you will be whoever will want to attempt to contribute to solving this issue will be always making their rolls with advantage. A, because it's not the first time that the City of Hope has been hit with something similar, and 2, because you have the plague, anti-plague expert, Winona, who is also spending time to prepare her own convent. Convent? Messing up, sorry. To be ready for the host of pestilence that will be coming to the city. So there is no actual like fog rolling into the city itself. It's not really visible, but soon enough, as sorry, to establish timeline, around 2 days worth of pulses before the actual host of pestilence arrives, the forward scouting party reports as much, and not too soon afterwards, like a few hours later, more rumors and reports start coming from the city that there are some people. Actually, let me double check something. Because now that the artifact has been spread throughout the city, some reports reporting that some people are getting, like, feeling not exactly well, some sweating, some mild coughing, like signs of their bodies fighting hard and well to fight off the infection. With I'm clicking fucking hell. Yeah, with time going by, like, more cases would be found, announced. Nothing severe, but if left untouched, unchecked, has a potential to be somewhat disruptive to the defensive efforts. So whoever wants to contribute to this skill challenge.
Well, it's not much I can do as Sasa. I, in character, think I will just tell the people near me to stay safe, like my sister and my master and stuff, and help them be, like, super safe. But I don't have medical knowledge, like, at all to support any of this.
Proficient in the medicine skill. But yeah, no, I'll participate since I'm the one who helped with the plague last time.
Right. Yeah, I'm not gonna, like, describe specific ideas, but I will say that apart from obviously medicine, in terms of applicable skills in this, there's also investigations and arcana, definitely.
Yeah, I'll definitely help with, like, magical interpretation of this disease, as it's obviously unnatural.
Alright. So, yeah, and remember to roll with advantage.
Oh, thank God.
Because, what?
That is a huge fly.
Why is it not giving me the... Oh, whatever. Oh, there we go.
Horrible. How did he get in here?
And I also realized I should have mentioned the fucking DC earlier. 1120. So for Dolan, that's a failure. Or rather, well, of course, Dolan realizes that like this is absolutely not a natural. Not a natural. Fucking hell! Sorry, my brain is having a stroke.
You're fine.
Not a natural disease, but it's between everything else that's going on. It's hard to focus on spotting a specific thread route. Route all of this. Obviously, for Winona with that 28, that's absolutely a success. Combining that result with the flavor of working with and teaching the convent how to operate, you are able to maybe not instantly, but very quickly locate and pinpoint the areas where most cases show up, and then going down the rabbit hole, like following the thread, find patients' zeros, which turn out to be that advanced scouting party, the most recent one. Turns out they were apparently not as hidden and covered as they were sure.
Darn.
And pretty much your enemies use them to bring the disease into the walls. And also you realize that this was like much more sophisticated, and there must be some extra element to it, that it only triggered like the incubation period ended, and it's like properly triggered when it got into the city. And just for confirmation, you realize that if not for the most recent improvement to Chivis, that would Dolan also like reveal, like explain to Winona that he gave out like his family artifact, and okay.
Yes. I essentially like sacrificed the tree that had protecting my family and gave it to Chivis. And so now everyone in the city has resistance to poison damage and immunity to diseases and poison.
Is this the same one we buried?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good to know that's no longer there.
So, if there, healthy resistance wasn't boosted, then the cases would have been much worse and more severe. Healing front, you are. Okay, if still anyone wants to potentially try to follow up on the magical link.
Yeah, Sasa, you could at least roll Arcana with her that.
Oh, yeah, sure.
you want.
I'm sorry, I was distracted doing something
You're
else.
fine.
Hiya! 24.
Remember,
Sorry,
you also have
25.
advantage.
I love advantage for a
No.
natural fucking 20.
You may also get higher, and with that, and for the dynasty, I'm gonna ask that, like, you are in the characters are in communication with one another, like sharing, like, their insights and information.
Yes. We definitely should.
Yeah, so working of some hunches that Dolan had and the information that Winona acquired, you start using your abilities and magical senses to try to grasp this plague, because it's clearly magical in nature. If it's magical in nature, then what is the, well, nature of that magic? And you are pretty much able to identify that this is a very, like, specific decentralized effect of like something akin to like a 10th level version of contagion.
Oh, this is horrible.
I am so sorry. I was being yelled at. What happened the last couple of seconds?
Yeah, that's it probably. Yes, Sasa is able to figure out that, yeah, this is a magical effect, to be more specific. Like, treat it as akin to like a 10th level like supercharged contagion effect. Pretty much using detect magic, or like trying to get a feel of the ley lines, the flow of mana. You can almost imagine like oh, that's what it was. Okay, try not to die, Cat.
Die.
I mean, workplace accidents, I guess, but yeah, sorry, I got distracted. So basically, JP, you know this